Look, Ma, there's wood in my stocking. Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche Postgame Show, live with AJ and Rudo and presented by Bet365. The Avs beat the Utah Mammoth 1-0 to make it a 6-game win streak heading into the holiday break. AJ, a win is a win is a win?
I mean, you and I were all about them getting to 60 points before Christmas, so because it is the season of giving, they gave us 61.
Why not?
Nice.
The best mark of points at the Christmas or holiday break in modern NHL history, by the way. So,
and on top of that, NHL standings watching has made monsters of us all because I saw Detroit beat Dallas even in overtime, and I smiled and I thought, great.
Minnesota also lost in overtime.
I don't care about them. They're so far behind that honestly, I don't care about them.
You're not wrong.
They're 11 points behind with the Avs having 2 games in hand. Like if they overcome that and pass the Avalanche in the standings, full credit to them. They deserve it. That is an amazing second half of the season. At the moment, I'm not sweating them even a little bit.
I think that's fair.
So
Dallas definitely sweated a little bit.
I'm
less after today.
It's funny because, yes, we know that they've got those games in hand, but every year when we look at games in hand and point percentage, we're always like, yeah, but real points. Those are theoretical points. Those 2 games are theoretical points, right?
Yeah.
But, oh my God, do you feel good about the Avs getting at least 2 of those 4 possible points in those games, in the games in hand right now? Because you're like, I mean, geez. You look at this schedule and what the likeliest loss that we would be able to have picked out was it's going to be Vegas on the same day travel game. And Vegas is so banged up right now. Mitch Marner's playing center.
Yep.
Like,
down bad.
If Jack Eichel doesn't play in that game, I'm picking Colorado. If Jack Eichel does play in that game, I'm open to it.
Sure.
It's easier to see the path, right? But it's remarkable to see. We haven't really even talked about this game yet. There's not a lot to say, honestly. It was a 1-0 game that was kind of like ho-hummy for a lot of it. But it really is remarkable. You look at the standings. You look at the way that the Avalanche keep winning games. They go into Minnesota and, everybody from the state of Minnesota will fill up your Menchies and tell you, oh,
it was the second game of a back-to-back.
It was a Sega Baba, and it was their 6th game in 9 days or whatever. And there's the schedule. And it's like Colorado had one of those stretches of schedule too, and they lost one time.
Yep.
Frankly, in their last regulation loss was like the first game of a road trip, like before the schedule got hard.
Exactly.
They came out of the gates and blew it, and then it was like. They've been great ever since that game on Long Island. Like that, tonight's game was just another example. And everybody sees Colorado on the schedule now, and Colorado's getting everybody's best shot.
Yep.
And it's so fascinating to see because with the Panthers' injury issues, they're not the apex predator final boss of the NHL regular season that a 2-time defending cup champ should be. It's the Avs because they've been so far ahead of the rest of the league for the entire season. Dallas has had a wonderful start to their year. They've been unbelievable, right?
And they could be 10 points back of the Avs depending on the games in hand.
They're 5. They're still 5 points out, and they've got a 737 points percentage with 4 games played. Like You look at Dallas, you cut Colorado off of the standings, and you just put Dallas in there, and you go, oh my God, that's the best team in the league. They're awesome. All their numbers are great.
Yep.
And then you put Colorado back in, and you go, oh no. No.
Not even
Sorry.
close. Yeah. Let's circle back to this game a little bit here. Do the 60-second rundown to start things off. I think you could make an argument the first period was the Avs' best period of the game, at least possession-wise. And nothing to show for it on either side. Marty Necas does hit a post, maybe one you would have liked him to put in. Unfortunately, it doesn't go. Second period, the only goal and only point of the game is Sam Girard on a breakaway he manufactures for himself in the neutral zone. Great backhand also, by the way, for a defenseman. Impressive stuff. And then that's it. That's the only goal of the game. Scott Wedgewood played unbelievable. Did get a little bit fortunate at times. We'll talk about that too. But unreal work from Scott Wedgewood. Third period, Utah comes pretty close. They may have scored a goal. It's hard to see where that puck was in Scott Wedgewood's glove. It may have fully crossed the line. We'll never know. But it does not count, and the Avs are able to lock it down for the 1-0 win. That's the 60 seconds. Is this, like, we'll get into it, and I think there are some stretches of this game you don't love from the Avs, but is this another feather in their cap of they've blown teams out this year? They've won close games this year. They've won barn burners this year. They've had shutouts this year, but this is the first real, like, 1-0 puck snow go net win for the Avs. This is another way of winning a feather in the Avs cap.
This is really the second time they've done this. It was just 2 empty net goals in Nashville.
Sure. Fair.
That score a little
the
bit.
Chicago game, too, that I totally forgot about. Yeah.
Oh,
you're right.
And the one the very next day.
Yeah.
So it's really the third time they've done this where you're like, yeah, it's the NHL. There are going to be nights your offense just goes dark. It's really hard to score. Then there are going to be nights where Gabe Landeskog gets in and McKinnon makes that pass across to him and he just chips it and it's 3 inches wide.
Yep.
Nate just hits the crossbar on the breakaway.
Clean break, yep.
Yeah, like there are some really, really good chances that they just don't quite cash in on. The one that they cash is enough because on the other end, the other team had the same problem.
Yep.
There were some really good scoring chances in this game. There weren't a ton of them, but the ones that happened were all really good.
Yeah.
And some post, a little bit of puck luck, some really good goaltending.
Yep.
And for the record, Keller totally scored.
You think I get what
totally scored.
So my thing is, like, if it was in Wedgewood's palm, it definitely didn't cross the line.
Right.
If it's in the netting of the glove, I think it probably was all the way over the line.
It's never have light gear.
Dark gear for the win. You can't see. Yeah.
Do you remember, this is such a niche reference. Do you remember a few years ago, the Broncos played the Saints in New Orleans and they had a huge touchdown that was reviewed and it looked very much like the guy stepped out of bounds, but because he had white shoes, they couldn't fully tell.
Yeah.
And there was like an actual conversation that went around the NFL of like, should all of our players be wearing white shoes because of this? This tonight, dark gear forever. I mean, you should only ever have a dark colored glove.
100% true. I've said this on the watch along certainly before, maybe even on the show. And this is, obviously don't take this too seriously, but years ago, someone did research on this and found that teams with black jerseys have the highest winning percentage in the NHL. The theory was something like it's harder to see pucks or whatever. I wouldn't read too much into it, but I do think it's a funny thing. But I think this is a genuine conversation with goalies. Like, it's harder to see where pucks are if you wear not just glove, but like black pads. The rebounds are harder to read off of something like that. I know we're joking and it's a funny moment here, but I do think there could be something to that.
I think so too. No, absolutely. There's definitely some min-maxing of the competitive advantage with just the color of the gear.
Yeah.
That white gear may look clean, but it does not help you win.
Yeah, no winning. They also gives clean looks to the cameras on where the puck is. So
like the only like really cool like white gear was Sergei Fedorov's white skates.
Sure.
In the 90s. Those were so sick.
I mean, that way back, the Golden Seals used to have white skates too, right? This was in like the 70s, so way before my time. This is me looking at YouTube footage of it. Like, I don't know, but
true. In like 180p or whatever it was back then.
We were 7 pixels. Like, that's a skate. Trust us.
those 3 pixels right there, the bright white ones, those are definitely skates.
I did want to talk about this goal in the context of, 1, the Avs season as a whole, but 2, the Avs versus Utah matchup. Purely anecdotal, purely my bias. It feels like a lot of goals or goal challenges have not gone the Avs' way this year. And I know this one isn't a challenge, it's just a league review.
Yeah.
I know this is not how it works, but were the Avs due for a good break on one of these calls, maybe?
Yeah, the break isn't in the review. The break is in the call on the ice.
Sure. Yeah, because it's no goal initially, sure.
Yep. And had it been the opposite, there wouldn't have been definitive proof that the puck didn't go in, that didn't fully cross the line, and so it would have stood.
Yep.
And so the break was that the official on the ice, and he was so emphatic about it. Oh, that was nice. Like
a little bit of credit to Wedgewood for selling it too. He like yanks that thing out and holds it out there.
Does exactly what he's taught to do. That is 100% what you're supposed to be doing in that situation. And like, we're literally we're talking like this far,
probably less. Yeah.
If that, I'm doing it so you could really see it. I mean, it's like this far. it's so close. And the reality is that you just can't clearly see.
Yeah.
You can't there was, I guess it's just story time now. There was that game that they played against the Islanders a few years ago where the puck was in the air and they had it called back on an offside challenge.
Yeah.
And it was so hard to marry where the puck was.
Because the parallax angle is like impossible. Yeah.
And with the background of the crowd, because it was all dark jerseys.
You can't even track it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was so hard. And then they circled it on the broadcast and you were like, oh, dang. Okay. I can at least see where the NHL is coming from when they waved that goal off. In this one, it's like you can't even see the puck. You can't circle it. There's no telestrating. There's no. You're it's like, I know it's in there.
It's in that glove. Yeah.
Somebody in the Toyota chat mentioned this the other day. Mentioned this a few right up there a few comments ago. That it reminded me of that game against the Wild where the puck, you couldn't see it, but it was under the pad
and like into the net. Yeah.
And the pad was in the net. So you were like, I may not be able to see the puck, but I know it's in there. Mm-hmm. I know it's in the net because you see it go under the pad. You see the pad go all the way into the net. And so you're like, we know it's in there. Yeah. This wasn't the case. Like this was, we're pretty sure it's in there, but we cannot 100. If his full glove was in there, it wouldn't have mattered.
There was reasonable doubt. There was reasonable doubt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now we're gonna straight up jury
American
this
law
thing.
System. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of misfortune for Utah at times too. There's an attempt on the second period that hits the inside of Scott Wedgewood's leg and still squirts wide. I don't know. I don't feel bad for Utah. I'll put it to you that way. So much BS has gone Utah's way in Avs versus this team's matchups going back to their time in Arizona that it's like, you know what? A couple of bounces going against them. Maybe it was their time.
Totally. Oh no. You and I have sat through many rage-filled evenings against this franchise where just some nonsense. They're getting their ass kicked and just some nonsense goes their way.
Yep.
And you're like, wow, this is pretty frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And to see a little inverse of that, cool.
Yeah.
Because
can happen both ways.
I think Utah was the better team and probably deserved to win, but it wasn't by so much that I feel strongly about it. I feel like this was a really evenly played game, and the team that just executed in that one moment is the one that ended up winning, and that's what it is.
Yep. I think the Avs were better in the first. Utah definitely better in the second, despite the Avs scoring. And the third periods are weird in the NHL in these close games, right? Because yeah, the shots may look quite lopsided, but the Avs made a conscious decision to play in a way that limited Utah's opportunity, sacrificing their own offensive ability.
Yeah, they said, oh, Utah wants to play like this? Okay, we're going to play like this. And then look where all the shots come from in this game.
Yep.
There's not many of them. I mean,
there's clean breakaways and shots from the outside, basically.
Right. It's 47 minutes and 42 seconds of 5v5 time, and the Mammoth had 48 shot attempts and the Avalanche had 44.
So fairly even.
And
yeah.
that's coming off of the last handful of games where the Avs had 80 plus shot attempts.
Right.
So like you're talking about a very, very different level of event in the game tonight, and
much
with that
pace.
Like the Avs being comfortable saying we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm okay. We're comfortable in this environment. We got the goal. We're just going to keep you from being scary. And from that moment on, they really did
a good job. There was not a lot of scary stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job of locking it down, except for at the end of that second power play where they were like, here's your best goal scorer on a clean breakaway. Yeah. And so funny that nobody bothered to tell him he had all day to shoot it.
Could have genuinely would have been a shootout attempt had he known there was time. Yeah.
Because he shot that like, there's a guy on me. There's a guy on me. It was just, it was totally a quarterback seeing ghosts.
Well, it worked out for the Avs. We do need to take our first break of the show, so let's shout out some of our sponsors, including Chicken and Pickle. You can get ready for an epic day of fun, games, and, of course, great drinks at Chicken and Pickle. On December 27th, DNVR is hosting the Beer Olympics at Chicken and Pickle in Thornton. It's free to join. All you need to do is RSVP at thednvr.com/events. We'll have tons of fun games, beer pong, cornhole, a bunch of other stuff, too. It's also a great atmosphere to just come hang out at. There'll be a bunch of DNVR folks there, not us, because the Avs do play a game on the 27th, but you can watch that game from Chicken and Pickle, and it'll be a great time. So go get in with Chicken and Pickle. It's a great place, whether you're a beer lover or just in it for the laughs. It's all about the good times on this one. Each RSVP includes 2 free drink tickets at Chicken and Pickle, so make sure you're getting over to thednvr.com/events and RSVPing. Come join us in Thornton on December 27th for the perfect way to wrap up 2025. Cannot wait to see you over at the Chicken and Pickle. And then also make sure you're getting in with our presenting sponsor in Bet365. I picked Scott Wedgewood for a shutout today on Bet365, so I made a lot of money. If you followed my bets, you also made a lot of money off of that one. Get with Bet365 today and sign up with the DNVR365 code. When you do that, put $10 in your account, bet $5 on anything. You don't even have to hit that $5 bet. You get $150 in bonus bets to play with. That's just fun, free money to throw around on Bet365. See if you can make a little bit of extra cash. If you do, that's money in your pocket. If you don't, it was free money anyway. So easy life with Bet365. Jump in with Bet365 today. Use that DNVR365 code when you sign up. You get amazing parlay boosts and bonus bets and all sorts of good stuff when you bet that $5. Win or lose with the NHL, if your team gets up by 3 at any time, you get paid out immediately, so you don't have to worry about comebacks or waiting on that money. You just get it right then and there. So jump in today. Again, use that DNVR365 code. Use the QR code on screen to get signed up with Bet365 today. Of course, when you do gamble with Bet365, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast, and our 3 stars of the game. Reasonably, we're an Avs podcast, so I put 3 Avs on the 3 stars. If you want to give the 3rd star to Vitek Vanacek, fine. Awesome. It's a 1-0 game. He gave up 1 goal. I get it. I put Cale Makar on there because I think this is an interesting conversation. I don't think Cale Makar was particularly good today. some weird falls, some puck management that wasn't great, opportunities in the offensive zone that maybe slipped through his fingers. But a conversation we've been having a lot this year, or I've been having a lot this year, even when you're not playing your best game, you still have to find ways to be effective. Makar has 4 blocks on the night. He has multiple breakups in the defensive zone where his stick gets in or he does something functional. And that's how you win a 1-0 game. You didn't play your best game if you beat a team 1-0, but you did the things you had to do to win.
I would have gone with Josh Manson, but
he was one of my considerations. Yeah, he had like 4 blocks and 3 hits or something. A really active night.
And he was also really good with the puck.
Yep.
Again. So weird. Colorado's top pairing, that's the worst they've been in, for my money. That's the worst they've been in a while. And they, like, what you appreciate about when they're not playing their best is that they grind.
Yep.
They don't just disappear.
Nothing comes free. Yep.
Yeah. There were 8 blocked shots between Taves and Makar. They had 4 each. And that's, I like that too. I'm good with it, man. I mean, a 3rd star, like, whatever.
Yeah. Agreed.
In a 1-0 game, there wasn't like a clear cut. Whoa, this guy was awesome. Like you could make a cogent argument for 6 different guys who had good games, but no production.
3rd star, honorable mention to equipment man Donnie for giving Scott Wedgewood a dark glove today.
Yeah. How crazy is it that in this game you had 36 skaters and 35 of them went without a point?
Yeah. And 1-0 games happen somewhat regularly in the NHL. 1-point games, very, very rare.
Yeah. The only goal is an unassisted goal. Like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping that Wedgewood would get the goalie goal and would come out, get a little adventurous.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Yeah.
And then Utah was going to score so that he would also get the game winner.
Yeah. We talked about the only game-winning goal from a goalie ever. Brodeur has one, which, like,
of course he does.
If you score as a goalie, do you not just to make it
get one up immediately?
Yeah, get out of the way.
Yeah, with like 2 seconds left, you're like, right. Oh no, I missed it. Game winner right here.
Although a little bit tougher to do that if you have a shutout going, maybe.
Yeah, I do think that is a lot tougher. Look, he's had shutouts before. He'll have
not
shutouts
wrong.
Again.
Yep.
But a game-winning goal? You ever gonna have one of those again?
That's
pal?
Forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
2nd star goes to Sam Girard, the only goal scorer of the game. First of all, Sam Girard is a defenseman who, to be honest, has never had a good shot in the NHL. That backhand was disgusting.
It's so good. It was when he broke in on the breakaway, I was like, oh, this will be entertaining. And then he straight up roof daddy with it. It's amazing. It was so good. I mean, the lift he got on that with the space that he had, because he had run out of time. The puck was rolling on him. Like, it was a total mess. And he made absolute hay with it. It was awesome.
The thing is, like, yes, the puck was rolling on him, but at the last second, he gets to settle and then roofs it. It's not one of those backhands where it's like, oh, it was on its edge and he just caught it and it went perfectly roof. No, that's a legitimate backhand shot that went essentially bar down.
Yeah. That's revenge for when Crosby did that to him a few years ago.
Well, when Crosby does it, everyone just goes, yeah, well, it's Crosby. What are you going to do? Like,
he just absorbed that energy, and it took him 5 years to let it all out.
The slow burn.
Yeah, the slow. I mean, how many backhands has he gotten to rip off since
Not
then?
many. Yeah, maybe like
real
5.
backhands. Not those soft ones from high up in the zone where he's like, maybe this will get through.
I'll just throw it on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like a real one. Like that was awesome.
It was a good time.
And if you're Vitek Vanacek, you don't see that coming.
No chance. You're reading forehand all the way.
Yeah, you're looking at him and you're like, who's this tiny fella? Oh, okay, I got that. All right. He's gonna go forehand. I don't have to worry about like a crazy move here. What the hell was that? Yeah, no, that would have been brutal for VTech Manager. Like, you're not even supposed to play. You come in
Yeah.
last second, you come into the game, and that's the only goal that you give up. That sucks. Everybody has to buy him dinner now.
And then our number one star of the game, no doubt about it being Scott Wedgewood in this one. Man, absolutely balled out tonight. Looked great. 32 save shutout is ridiculous on its own, but it's more than just that from Wedgewood. Not that Wedgewood hasn't been great this year. He absolutely has. But tonight he was locked in on a different level than I think we've seen. Rebound control, significantly better tonight. You saw him banging pucks to the corners. You saw him smothering pucks. And were there still some rebounds? Yes. But the Avs were all over them, not giving Utah some of those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, no, I thought he could be a real wild man sometimes. And he made it work. I mean, he's obviously this season he's been making it work a lot, but tonight I thought it was even better. He was very, very much under control compared to what he normally does, and he didn't create any problems for himself, which is what Scott Wedgewood making the initial save has rarely been the problem in his career. It's that he's nuts, and he plays such a chaotic, athletic style that he creates a lot of issues for himself, either with positioning or with rebound control. And tonight, both were perfect.
I think it was the second period. First of all, he had multiple breakaway stops, which was great. But in the second period, that control you're talking about, I forget who it was on the back door of this top of the crease pass, but Wedgewood goes post to post, maybe better than we've seen him do all year. A lot of the times that trouble Wedgewood gets him into because he slides off of his post or he can't get a good push back across. And he gets perfectly from his left post to his right post, gets fully across, and what should have been a dangerous chance goes right into his logo. That's the type of stuff where you know a goalie's locked in.
It was such a good read because you're seeing it like I'm watching it develop on TV, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then he's just chilling. Like he gets across. And when he got across, it wasn't like, the guy just put it into his chest.
No,
and there was
he was all the way across on the post.
Yeah, like there was nowhere else for him to put it.
Yep.
If that thing was going to be on net, there was nowhere else for him to put it.
Bailey caught up with Scott Wedgewood in the locker room. Always a good interview, so let's hear what Wedgie had to say about this one.
I don't know who.
What does it mean to win tonight's game just going into the holiday break?
Well, it just makes it even sweeter, right? You get a great half out of the guys, wherever you want to call it in the game's played in number. But, it's always nice you're going in these things with 2 points behind your back. And then, everyone's got a smile on their face. You're going home, family, different guys traveling, family in town. It's going to be obviously a good few days for me and the wife and kid to sit down and spend time. So just starts it off on the good foot.
You guys are the first team to 60 points in the NHL this season. Is that just kind of a testament to what you guys have been trying to do this season?
Yeah, obviously, there's only one thing you can win in the regular season. It's not your main goal, but with how hard this league is and how hard it is to win, if you can get yourself in, top seed, home ice, every advantage counts. And and you're just trying to, just trying to win every night. So, no one wants to go play out to lose or anything, and we've been finding ways to get it done in different nights. And it's obviously fun and keep collecting them.
The most recent report from Team Canada did not have your name listed as one of the possible goaltenders. Given that you've been on top of the league in almost every category this year, does that give you extra motivation to push even harder?
It would if it changed my mindset at all. It doesn't. I just kind of come in each game trying to play, for these guys, and Team Canada's going to do what Team Canada does. They're going to watch. They're going to, have their people do, their own due diligence. So each time I go out there, obviously playing for the team, playing for my own preparation and game plan and things like that. So, keep playing that way, make the decision tough. Be in the conversation's cool enough, and if I'm called upon, I'll get exactly what this team's getting.
Obviously, see the result, but can you just talk about how you were feeling and seeing the game tonight?
Really well. There's nights when you kind of trick your mind that you're feeling good, and tonight was one of the nights where I didn't have to do any of that. My mind was in it from the get-go. Got off to a pretty hot start, and they're a team that makes you think. They got turnaways and guys fading and finding different spots, and they move the puck quick. So it's not a game where you can really turn your mind off or be half a second behind. And I felt that the IQ tonight was firing on all cylinders.
Can you take us through that second period?
Let's hear from a couple of our sponsors here, including Game Time. You could watch today's game if you wanted to go to the arena with Game Time, or maybe you got a little Christmas present to go to Vegas and check that game out and get your tickets through Game Time right now. When you sign up with code DNVR, you'll get $20 off your first purchase with the Game Time app. Of course, terms and conditions apply, but get with Game Time. You can get great deals, whether it's their last-minute ticket deals, their section selector, or you can just search for the tickets you want, and Game Time's Picks feature will filter out all of the junk and show you the best tickets for the best price for whatever event you're going to. It doesn't have to be the Avs. Maybe you want to go see the Nuggets. Maybe you want to go watch the Broncos. Maybe you don't even care about sports, which why are you here? But also you can get tickets to concerts and theaters and otherwise through Game Time. They've got you covered for any tickets that you might need. So make sure you're using that DNVR code and getting $20 off. When you see the price on Game Time, that's the full price. Fees are included. You get to know your total upfront with Game Time, so there's no surprises at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today and use that DNVR code to get the $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go, and download the Game Time app today. And once you got your tickets to your next game, make sure you're taking care of your finances so you know how to save right to get the tickets that you want. And that's where Monarch comes into play. Monarch allows you to feel organized and confident in your finances. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial picture together in one clean interface, whether it's on your laptop or on your phone or wherever. Right now, you can even get 50% off at Monarch for your first year. Whatever it might be, I really love their pie chart that they have that will show you your spending and exactly which sectors you're spending all your money in. Because my wife and I really like Chipotle, and we really like to go get food at fast casual. And then we get to the end of the month and we realize how much we've spent on that food, and we go, maybe we need to cut back a little bit. That's the type of stuff that Monarch will show you. So get with them today. They were rated one of the top finance tech companies in the world by CNBC. It was named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. And it's just a fantastic all-around product. If you haven't gotten with them, now is the time. Don't let financial opportunities slip through your fingers. Use code DNVR at monarch.com to get 50% off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast, and it's time for the courtesy call. Bailey Curtis joining us live from Ball Arena on the 1-0 win. Bailey, is Scott Wedgewood not just the funnest man on the Avalanche?
Without a doubt, no question. There is no competition for it. It's serious. Maybe, you know what? No, I take that back. Blackwood's maybe kind of up there with him, just with the vibes they bring to that room. It's so much fun to listen to and to be a part of. And outside of the room too, I mean, how can you not sit there and love what he's putting up here tonight? Like, I mean, just looking at stats too. I mean, Utah beat Colorado in the third period 12-4 in shots. Scott, that's, you know, with the performance that a Scott Wedgewood is putting up, that's insane numbers, insane things to think about.
Yeah, I'm good. You can call the goalie tandem one single unit. I'm down if you want to call them both the funnest people on the team. Avs win this game 1-0. You get a goal from Sam Girard. All that fun, awesome. I'm not trying to take away from them. Is this game a win as a win and let's get out of here? Or do you think the Avs want to drill down into this a little bit? I know they have the holiday break, so they won't have the opportunity to drill down, but how confident are you with this win?
You get pretty decent performances out of the first and second periods, I think, and you can call this a win. Bednar mentioned that he'll kind of look at film a little bit over the next couple days, but for the most part, I think this is a steady win against a really good opponent on the other side of the ice. I mean, Utah shows they have what it takes to keep up with a team like Colorado in a matchup like tonight. So, I mean, take this one in stride. I think there's also something to be said too about this being the last game before Christmas break. I'm sure some of the guys here may be a little more checked out than they would admit too. So there's also, I think, that playing into it a little bit. But beside taking that out of it, like, this was a great game. You have some lapses here and there, but overall, like, I think this is something the Avs can kind of go into the break saying, yeah, this is a win. Not to mention you get to that 60-point mark. I think, how you get there is, I don't know, not irrelevant, but anecdotal thing.
They all count the same in the standings for sure. Yeah. We had Scott Wedgewood as our first star, Sam Girard as our second star for scoring the goal. A little bit of a debate over who the third star should be in this game. You're not allowed to say Vitek Vanacek. Who are you giving third star to?
For me, and this might be a bit of a weird answer, I really enjoyed what Josh Manson did tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
I loved Josh Manson's game defensively, and I mean offensively too. He's making some pushes there as well. But this is one of the better games that I think I've seen from Josh Manson defensively this season. So that's probably my guy.
All right,
Rudo
you
loses.
and AJ.
We win. We win. We win.
I take the L on this one.
It's already on social, so it's bad.
Bad.
You look at the only goal coming from Sam Girard, unassisted in this game. Is this a individual player stepping up and it just happens to be their moment? Or is this just you're against the Colorado Avalanche? Anyone can beat you at any time.
It's Colorado's world, and I think everybody's living in it. So I think hopefully anybody in that situation could sit there and capitalize on this. But also, Sam Girard's had an incredible 6-game run here too. So that's no slouch by any means. I think when looking at that, it's absolutely something he should be proud of. It's a highlight reel goal. Beautiful stick work in front of Vanacek. Beautiful rush to create the breakaway. There's a lot to be said about and a lot to be proud of, I think, from a guy like from Sam Girard. I really, the individual effort is there, yes, but you know what? No, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to, if anybody deserves the individual credit, I think for tonight, give it to a guy like Sam Girard.
I'm here for it. All ears. Probably not your best night from your star players, especially. You watch some turnovers, some iffy play. You watch Marty Necas get demoted down the lineup. Is this the secret sauce? Has Bednar found something consistent he can do with Marty Necas, where you find a read on his game, and if it doesn't work, the Avs ended up with a first line for a decent portion of this game that was Landy, Nichushkin, and McKinnon. Are we seeing that? I don't even know if I'd call it experimentation, but the flexibility of the Avs lineup finally activating in that top line.
I mean, it just speaks to the versatility of this group, I think, and that's that's something you need to do to get Martin Necas to activate, like that's what you need to do, and I think that's something he's aware of, and if that elevates his game, that's going to elevate some of those players that he's playing with down the lineup as well. But it's not just Necas though too. I mean, you see a lot of the top six kind of getting a little quiet tonight.
McKinnon
so
was throwing pucks away for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's yes, I think that's something you can always rely on. If you're looking, you're never going to see a McKinnon demoted like that. That's just kind of how Bednar works. But if that's what you need to do to get a guy like Necas going, and he's proven that he can. And he's got the skill to be able to elevate those lines. So if that's what you need to do, no harm, no foul for me. And it's not something he's not used to throughout his career as well. That's always something that all of his coaches have kind of done to see what they can get spark-wise out of Martin Necas. And it sends a message to him surely as well. If you're coming into Colorado and signing a huge contract to play first-line minutes, you have to go out there and prove it.
Yeah, fair enough. No argument there. Last question from me here. You look at a 1-0 win. You look at how the Avs have gotten to these 61 points.
Quickly,
sure. Yeah, the power play doesn't score for you tonight, but realistically, what can you do to stop this Avalanche team?
Pray.
Nothing.
Okay. I love the answer.
Nothing. No, the big thing that teams have to start capitalizing on here is forcing the Avalanche to fall disciplinary actions. That special teams, that power play needs to get going, and if you can, start getting that and pulling that away from them a little bit, that's going to help. But certainly, something Bednar kind of touched on in his presser tonight too was, even on the bad nights, you're still getting an Avalanche team that can pull wins out and pull wins out.
Yep.
And being able to capitalize on those bad nights is going to be huge for some of these teams, especially like a Utah who's fighting for a wild card spot, or at least fighting to keep it, right? And that's going to be the only way you get around it, is catching the Avs flat-footed, catching them on their bad nights and making them pay for it, or at least in ways where they can't come back, because they've shown even on their bad nights they're still good teams. I don't know if yes, tonight maybe was not their best, but it's not their worst either, and they're still sitting there capitalizing on those individual efforts from a guy like Sam Girard, from a Scott Wedgewood, who was Bednar called the best guy out on the ice for either team. And
definitively,
yes, and that's what makes this Avalanche team so difficult, is even on those bad nights, they're still really, really hard to play against. Capitalize against that and you're golden, but the Avalanche are making that really, really hard to do right now.
Bailey predicted 60 wins for the Avs this season. At game 36, they've got 27. They're on pace.
I said that as a full joke, by the way, too. So
I was such a hater.
And yet, AJ predicted 53, and he's way low.
They're over halfway there.
They are.
Yeah. Yep. So not even at the halfway point of the season either, which is an insane thing to think about. So.
Team real good.
I don't know what to do. As you said a couple of games, I don't know if I'll ever watch the Avs lose again in Ball Arena, and if I can keep it that way.
Is there 14-0-2 at home now? Is there 13-0-2?
15.
50. Oh, I'm underselling. Of course I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun hockey to watch. I know we say that all the time, but it truly is. Like, this is the fact that we're sitting here joking about 60 wins on the season. I mean, what does that say about this Avs team?
What can you say about this Avs team other than unbelievably good?
That we're sitting here joking says that through 36 games, it's not impossible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Almost every other team in the league, you're looking at it going, it literally can't be done. See you maybe next year they could win 60 games, but the Avs are like,
maybe.
It's on the table.
Nothing is impossible when it comes to this Avs team. So.
All right. Thank you, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, okay. No, that's what they're making it seem like. No, like that's truly the message that they are sending, is like, you say this isn't possible, okay, bet.
True.
Like that's the situation this Avs team is playing, or the mindset this Avs team is playing with right now, and it's what a time to be alive. That's all I'll say.
Amen to that. It's a blast. Bailey, we're going to let you go. Thank you for the call-in. Make sure you're following Bailey on Twitter, Bailey Curtis with 2 Ys. We got to take our last commercial break of the show here. We'll jump in with some of our sponsors, including the fantastic folks over at Shady Rays. If you haven't gotten with Shady Rays, now is the time to do it. I'm the guy who forgets my sunglasses anywhere. And you know what? That's okay, because if you lose them, you don't like them, or you break them in the first 30 days, Shady Rays will replace your sunglasses entirely for free. Jump in with them. They're fantastic at what they do. They have hundreds of different styles, different polarization colors if you want to change up that or whatever look you're looking for. They even have prescription sunglasses. If you're a blind person, you can wear sunglasses that actually fix your eyesight. So make sure you're getting involved with Shady Rays and get 35% off any pair of polarized sunglasses when you use code DNVR at Shady Rays. They're the eyewear that has your back. You can actually wear your sunglasses without fear on hikes, concerts, or the boat, or wherever you go. They've got you covered. Again, get to shadyrays.com and use code DNVR for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. And once you got your Shady Rays on, you're going to need to go to a place where you want to use them. Or like in the car. You can use Shady Rays in the car. I drive into the sun all the time. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Go get with them. They're also the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche. They have a vehicle for everyone, whatever style of car you like, or truck. Is a truck a car? I think so. I think all of it falls under car. Yeah, they're all vehicles. All right, fair enough. Fair enough, Tiff. Trucks have been in their DNA for generations, but they've got SUVs like the 4Runner or sedans like the Corolla. Whatever you need, you got it with Toyota. They also have 17 different models, the all-wheel or four-wheel drive available, and they have the most low or zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. They've got you covered, trying to save money on your commute. 16 different hybrid vehicles, even hybrid trucks like the Tundra iForce Max. So get to your local Front Range Toyota stores, including AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corbin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mount States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Again, Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR and the Colorado Avalanche. Toyota, let's go places. Last period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Let's hear from Coach Bednar on this one. I had quite a bit to say as the Avs are about to get a couple of days off, and then we'll give some of our final thoughts after the coach.
Okay, go ahead and start with you, Penny.
Coach, before Christmas, you guys are the first team to 60 points. Is that just kind of a testament to what the message was going into this season?
Well, it's a testament to the guys and the hard work that they've put in and the focus that they've been able to maintain through the first half of the season or whatever. And it's hard to play that many games where you don't have off nights or nights that hurt you badly. And I'm really proud of the guys because they're finding a way to be in every game, even if they don't have their best stuff. Like, I don't think tonight we had our best stuff, but we had a good first, we had a good third, and we got a big goal in the second from G again. And someone new stepping up every night and being able to get the job done. But guys are playing with the right intentions and they're getting rewarded for it.
Right.
Jared, what does it say about your team that you can win a 1-0 game? A well-fought game from Utah side too, when you don't have your best?
Same answer I just gave. Really, honestly, it says a lot because you could tell scoring chances were hard to come by. We did a nice job in the first, creating some dangerous chances, and the second period we didn't really sort of play to our game plan or what helped us be successful in the first period. But we got back to it in the third. I think it says a lot about the maturity of our group and the focus of our group to be able to understand it, you recognize it, understand it, and then change it so we have a better third period and we're able to win the hockey game instead of letting it get away from us.
Colleen.
We were talking about some sloppy plays. Can you have any more confidence in Scott Wedgewood after this game tonight?
He was the best player on the ice for either team. There's no question. The second period, when I say we got away, we created some of our own issues. You got to give them credit. They played hard. They played with really good speed. If you give them an opening, they're going to create a chance out of it. But, for example, we get off on two rushes on the penalty kill. I felt like when we were organizing in our structure on the penalty kill, we were shutting them down at the line, sending it the length of the ice over and over. We weren't giving up anything dangerous in zone. We take off a couple times. We mismanaged the puck on both of those rushes, and then they get a power play opportunity, and then a second one, and then a third one, all while we're trying to get organized. And it was a little bit the same way 5-on-5, right? So just calming things down and being a little bit more predictable to ourselves. If we're not going to score a lot tonight, then being able to sort of lock it down and be a little bit more patient, I think, is important. And it's hard to do that in stride, but I thought the guys did a nice job of it again in the third period.
Ryan and Eric.
Utah was also missing some of their key players. Vamelka was pulled out at the last second with an injury, and obviously Logan Cooley's been out.
Yeah.
Was there anything that surprised you tonight from them?
No, not really. I mean, I said it this morning, I think it was to Connor, they're 5-5 in their last 10. They've always played us hard, but their underlying numbers for the last 10 are like all of it, offense and defense is all top 10 in the league. So like when you're in that category with your analytics, it's usually a 7-3 or an 8-2 segment. They've had a little bit of trouble capitalizing on chances, and other teams are doing a nice job capitalizing on theirs. But I think if you look at the numbers, it kind of tells you what they've been doing. It's what we try to tell our team to focus on tonight.
Eric and Bennett.
We've seen Sam Girard have some games where he's been kind of the offensive part of that pairing. Today, Girard, he obviously gets the goal even before it looked like he was all over the offensive zone pinching.
Yeah.
What about those two do you feel like works well together?
Well, they're both elusive guys. They both can move the puck. I think they're finding some chemistry with one another. And like they play similar styles, so they kind of know what each other needs and where they need each other to be. So when they're both having good nights, it looks like tonight. I thought that pair was really good tonight, and not just because G scored, that's one play, but they were moving the puck efficiently. They were defending hard. They weren't giving up a lot. They didn't have any troubles versus a rush. Like there's so many different categories that we kind of evaluate those guys on, but I mean, that game tonight, they played some really good games here recently, both of them, and as a pair, so I mean, that's a good sign for our team.
Bennett.
The second period save that went to review, did you think there was a chance that would get overturned as you were watching the replay? And did you think there was any chance that the color of Wedgewood's pads helped kind of make sure?
Yeah, the glove, yeah. I'm going to say that color helps for sure. Because there's a good chance that puck was in. But the thing is, you got to be able to see it in, right? And you need the overhead cam to do that, and it's pretty hard to see it in if it's in his glove, right? So unless his whole glove crosses and comes in, so I was pretty confident that it wasn't going to count, just because you have to have definitive proof that it crossed the line, and I just think it's very hard to get that, especially with a dark glove, dark puck.
Last couple, Megan.
What are some subtle differences we might take for granted that you see as a team that's absolutely trusting?
Well, I kind of answered this last week, I think, but it's more, it's just being able to be what I would consider a half step quicker on offense, and it's the same. It's not. It starts with your goaltender, right? If you can stay aggressive and assertive on the defending side of it, because you don't feel like you gotta, if you're making a mistake, you can make it an aggressive mistake instead of a passive mistake in D-zone coverage. I think our team's done a pretty good job of that. And when the D are retrieving pucks low in your D zone, if you're confident that those guys are going to win their touch and advance the puck, you can get a step on guys leaving the zone and get more dangerous off the rush and on your attack. And when it's going good, it looks great. And if you start losing some of those touches and you don't have confidence in your D to be able to advance it, then the forwards, you got to hang around longer in D zone to make sure it's safe before they get off on the rush. So it's like, I think that the confidence that you have in your goalie helps. The confidence your forwards have in your D helps, and the confidence your D have in your forwards to be, reloading, tracking, getting above pucks allows them to stay up and help you create offense too. So I think it kind of filters through the whole team, but it kind of starts with the goaltender.
Last two, Evan and Bailey.
Are you able to truly unplug the next couple days?
For sure.
Is the tape going to be calling your name at all?
No. I'll get up in the morning, have coffee these next few days, and pick through some tape, and then enjoy the time off.
Bailey.
6 points in 6 games for Samuel Girard. As we kind of near the halfway point of the season, how have you been seeing his game grow, especially in the last
I just answered that the other day too, but I just think someone asked me, I think it was Arf, how I evaluate his season, right? But his season's just getting going, you know, and that's the truth. You miss all of the end of the summer training camp, come back, play a couple games, and then you're out for another significant length of time. I think that now you're hitting a part of the season where everyone's up and running at a full go, and you're playing catch up, right? So that takes a little bit of time. He's always done a nice job coming back from injuries, but now we're starting to see his game really start to come around, and hence the production. And you know, everyone's happy with his game now, and so I just think it's just a matter. It was just a matter of time, and and a little bit of dedication from you to get going.
Thanks, Rick.
Right? Thanks.
Bedsy gives the same answers he always does because the Avs are just that good. They can do it. Chat, you're also that good. Over 100 likes on the show. We appreciate y'all. Here's some winners shots for you. Make sure you get some Dr. Dubs in the chat if you're a YouTube member, or, also just happy holidays. Enjoy your life. Good stuff.
Yeah, great advice. Happy holidays. Enjoy your life. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that to the girlfriend's family on Christmas Day when they're all over here. Enjoy your life. It's gonna sound vaguely threatening, and it won't be intended that way. But you better enjoy your life.
There's not much left.
I'm not gonna finish the sentence. Just let it trail off, and then give them the big eyes, and then walk away.
Let's take a look at the current 10-game segment for the Colorado Avalanche, by the way, because, oh my, they've won 6 games in a row. That's a 6-0 record in this 10-game stretch. 12 points in the bag. We've talked a lot this year about really a 7-win segment, a 14-point segment can be considered success.
Yeah.
And the Avs, that Vegas game we expect to be tough. LA's not an easy opponent. Carolina's not an easy opponent. These aren't easy teams, but realistically, the Avs could pop out another 8-2 segment without much difficulty here.
Yeah, I'd have to actually go back and look at the schedule to be completely sure, but I think the Avalanche have only lost 3 of the last 23 games.
That
roughly.
Sounds right. Something like that. Yeah, only 1 in regulation. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. 2 overtime losses.
Yeah.
So pretty good. I mean, that's like we're talking. Chad has been talking about Nashville's run towards possibly being 4th place in the Central Division, which is currently occupied by Utah.
Yep.
In case anybody was curious, after the games tonight, Utah has 3 more games played than the Avalanche, so the Avalanche have 3 games in hand and a 22-point lead in the standings. So
over,
that chase
bro.
might be over for them.
Yeah, the Avs are not missing the playoffs.
It seems tough. Yeah. I mean, at what point, the way that the teams are so compressed this season, and there's no truly terrible bottom feeding team.
No one's out of it all the way, sure.
At what point the Avalanche is 61 points already? Normally that's
won't get there. Yeah,
exactly. That's roughly the area where you start to see last place teams finishing, and it's how close are we to that? It's in the next 10 points somewhere, right?
Definitely. There will be teams that finish in the 60s for sure. If the Avs get to 70, I mean, I can't say exactly how many teams get there, but
yeah. Somebody in my mentions on Twitter the other day did the math on it that if all of the point paces remained the exact same in the West, the Avalanche would clinch their playoff spot in game 62. That obviously isn't going to happen, but that's so funny.
First game back from the Olympics, and the Avs are like, yeah, we're done.
Nate, do you want a break? I know you guys worked really hard winning that gold medal. Let's give you guys the next week off.
There you go. That's an option for sure. Yeah, there's only so many ways to chop up saying the Avs are the best team in the NHL. They go out there and prove it almost every single night. So
yeah,
it's awesome to watch. Absolute blast of a season so far, and hopefully it continues on after the holiday break. For the holiday break, we will be off. There will be no live shows, but we will have a best of 2025 show for you, airing the day after Christmas. So if you want to look back on some of the fun moments of our year, make sure you tune in on the 26th for that show. Tiff worked really, really hard on it, so go get Tiff a ton of credit for putting together all of our stupid, dumb faces for an hour. That's it. This is an actual proper 3-day break. You won't see my face. Well, you'll see my face in the review I do tonight, but after that, you won't see my face for a couple of days. So, I don't know. Anything else to add, AJ, or should we get out of here?
I am good.
All right. We'll call it at that. We hope y'all have a wonderful holiday. We do appreciate y'all. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without the Avs fans in our chat and things like that. Oh, wait, real quick. Super chats. We did get a couple. I didn't forget. $5 from Ryan, who says, hashtag East Coast Game, coming to you live from the Florida to Washington train. Thanks for giving me something to watch, boys. Merry Christmas. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas, Ryan. And then $7 from Benny, who says, hey, AJ, what did you ask for Santa for Christmas?
Oh my gosh. Nothing. I don't have a running list. Christmas is my thing. Gift giving isn't really my thing. I'm not very good at it. So I don't never know what to ask for. Just be kind. Be kind. Take a breath. Don't be mean to people. Just be kind.
Do that. He also asked for that sick DNVR hat. Confirmed. Got it just in time for Christmas.
I guess that's true. I mean, I ordered it on like December 2nd, so I was excited it came in time.
That's going to do it. We appreciate all y'all. This has been the DNVR Avalanche postgame presented by Bet365. Go watch our best of show on the 26th, and we will see you live for the game on the 27th.
We all silly like the mayor.